how to connect to past versions of you and release the trauma. All the negative stuff, beliefs that you have, right, are coming from a past version of you, which means at some point in your life, something happened, you got hurt, and from that event, you told yourself something, and this something became a belief. I'm a fraud, no one likes me, who I truly am cannot be loved, because you were ridiculed, mocked every time you were being your true self, so you never did that again. And so in order to change and to change your mindset, you have to change your identity. In other words, you have to heal. Best way to do that is by connecting to the versions of you that experienced trauma and develop very strong negative beliefs and help them heal, so that your present self heals too, and your obstacles, your limitation disappear. The first time I connected to a past version of me was through a guided meditation, and I'm going to share that meditation in the description box. It was a very powerful meditation that was very smooth, and I actually connected with my inner child. So it was really my early years. I must have been like 5 or 6 years old. This meditation is on YouTube and was the door through connecting with my past self, because thanks to doing this, I opened the box to my childhood memories. And so it is one for everyone. As for me, I was completely disconnected from my childhood. Completely disconnected. I had no idea how I used to think as a kid. I was completely disconnected. So doing this meditation was huge for me, because I dive into the mindset of my kid self, and I completely forgot all these memories and the way I used to see the world. It is extremely powerful and important to reconnect with your inner child, because it is directly connected to your heart, your true self, your source energy. And I was completely disconnected from that. I didn't have even memories of my childhood. And so opening this box was key in my healing journey and transforming entirely myself. I didn't realize the amount of unspoken trauma there was. There are other versions of you that got traumatized. Trauma being the result of a situation that has been very painful to you and didn't address. So it can be anything. It can be something that society wouldn't consider that bad, but it truly deeply hurt you and still has an impact on your everyday life and decisions. So you can also connect with your inner teenage self, 20-year-old self, 30-year-old self. No matter how old you are, throughout your life, you go through experiences that can be very hurtful and leave marks if unaddressed and unhealed. So it can be any past version of you. Obviously, the inner child being the main one, because childhood is at the very basis of building your identity and who you are. So little disclaimer, this is definitely not a replacement to therapy. You might realize a lot. Personally, bad things happened to me, but I was already aware of it, and that's why I decided to connect personally with my inner child. I was already working with a therapist on my trauma, and I decided to connect with this little version of me, to heal her, to talk to her, to comfort her. So obviously, if you already know you're not comfortable connecting with past memories because you think you're still too vulnerable, too fragile, don't do it. And maybe go to therapy instead. Never force yourself, never do anything you're not 100% comfortable doing. Connecting with my past selves has been extremely liberating. Not only I feel like I know myself way better than before, than ever, than anybody else, but I feel so connected to myself. I love myself now because I understand myself on a very deep level now. I get where these girls are coming from, every one of them, and I understand the pain that they went through. It didn't always make sense at the time, but now with the distance, I get everything, I get it. And getting it is important to understand your life, put the pieces together, let go and heal. So let's start right away. What I do to connect with any past version of me is to start by a floating memory, more precisely sensory memory, which are the memories memory connected to your senses, smells, sounds, images, the smell of your mother cooking, the smell of the coffee of your dad, the sound of the TV running while you were getting ready to go to school. Your dad was already up watching TV, watching the news. The feeling that is floating around this, the sensory memory, you start by connecting to that. I remember the smell of the perfume of my mother getting ready in the morning. You start by connecting to that. You slowly connect to that, and you slowly allow your consciousness to enter the scene. Be a part of it and just watch what is happening. Allow the scene to take place. So if it was in your childhood, pick a moment that can be from any period of your childhood that you remember. Don't try to start by being too specific. Allow it to be very, very vague and blurry at first, and just allow the memory to become clearer and clearer. Allow the scene to take place, and when you slowly enter the scene, you're gonna see yourself doing the things you were doing, getting ready, walking, eating. You don't have to interact with it. You don't have to be judgmental of it. You don't have to form an opinion on anything you're seeing. It's really about watching a memory through the window and slowly entering it. And so you're gonna see yourself, the version in question, and it's about slowly connecting with their consciousness, which is truly who you used to be. So if you understood well, your consciousness is part of the scene. When you think of something, you're actually watching the whole scene, and at the same time you're also there, and at the same time you are also your past self. You are also that version of you, because it's you. So it's about slowly starting to do this several times until you feel comfortable going back and forth like this in your past memories, and you will slowly feel comfortable engaging in conversation with this person. So your inner child, your inner teen, whichever version of you. It's a very interesting experience to connect with who you used to be and let them tell you stuff, understand them, what they are going through, what they think that you have disconnected from. I understood so much about what was really going on in my head as a kid. I didn't remember my pain and how abandoned I felt. I didn't remember any of this. So it was very, very, very powerful and so revealing. You can do this with meditation background music. You can actually use a guided meditation. There are plenty on YouTube that can help you connect, engage conversation with your inner child, other versions of you. Or you cannot use music at all. Some people want to be in silence, in complete silence when meditating. So this is a practice that you want to do, being very relaxed, a super comfortable position, because you're basically entering a state of meditation. Closing your eyes, you feel comfortable, you have nothing to do today, and you decide to connect with the past version of you. The more you do this, the practice connecting them, talking to them, the more comfortable they will be showing up to you, because you have put such a big wall between them and you that you ended up disconnected from your own life, your own memories. And so the more you do that, you start to slowly be able to tell easily when and where this or that kind of belief started to form. Now I'm able to quite quickly tell when I pick up a negative belief that I have about my physical appearance, self-trust issues with relationships, where I don't always trust men, where I don't always feel comfortable opening up. Now I see exactly where it started, where I started to think like this, and I easily connect with her, my former self, so that I can keep working on these areas. And I transformed. I literally transformed because they healed. Because all I had to do was jumping to that timeline and basically fix the issue. So it's not easy peasy, obviously. You have to release whatever pain, bad experiences you went through at that time. But when done, you heal. Your present self heals and it's gone. So it's extremely powerful. If you are an empath, you should be able to connect way, way, way quicker than usual, because you actually have the psychic ability to do so. I have other videos about being an empath, but if you don't know at all what it is in a nutshell, you have the ability to feel emotions way, way, way deeper than other people. You can feel their pain, their trauma, and it can be very, very affecting. I have other videos about it on my channel, but there are also plenty of videos about being an empath on YouTube, so I recommend having a look if you got curious about it. So in a nutshell, it's really about jumping to the period. It doesn't have to be super precise, the range of years where you develop a certain way of thinking and allow this version of you to feel what you didn't feel at that time, what you decided to repress and put in your subconscious, in the big don't open box. It's about actually allowing this version of you to feel, let it out, and accept what happened. It's also about changing your belief, the belief that you developed as a result of what happened. And when you do that, I strongly recommend using the detachment formula that I keep giving in my videos, which is to add at the end of whatever it is that you taught them. So if you taught them affirmations like, I am worthy, it is okay to be different, I can't make people respect me, but I have to show up for myself and stay boundary with people. Whatever it is that you're teaching them, it is going to replace what was there before, negative belief that was there before. After doing this, after telling them this, add this formula. I detach from all the beliefs that don't align with this belief. I'm gonna keep repeating this because this is beyond powerful. This is a spell. You are releasing for good the negative belief that you had, because adding new positive belief on top is one thing. What you truly want to do is to actually get rid of what was there before, and this is what you do when you repeat this formula. I detach from all the beliefs that don't align with this belief. And what is ideal is when you have them say those words. Having them say those words is key. What I'm giving you right now is gold. It is gold. You might not be aware of it yet, but what I'm telling you right now is gold. It is gold. If everybody could understand this and do this, this would be peace on earth. This would be the end of this escape game. So you can pat yourself on the back for finding this little video. You're lucky at. So basically it's about connecting with that version of you, changing their beliefs, allow them to feel, to safely feel whatever it is that they didn't want to feel because they were afraid, because it hurts. Now give them the space to feel, encourage them to feel, hold their hand while they feel. Let them feel the hurt, let the hurt leave their body, accept what happened, then change the belief that they developed without forgetting the formula. After doing this, you will get a bunch of memories from that period of your life coming up because it's leaving you, because you actually opened a box and the bubbles are leaving, which is excellent, which is a good thing, but it can be very uncomfortable because it can be irritating, painful. What is leaving you is the feelings, the emotions associated with the trauma. So it can be images, it can be physical pain, it can be tears. So it can be very uncomfortable, but it's actually necessary because it's leaving you. After a few days, just like when you refresh a page after making a few changes, and then you refresh the page, brand new person, your entire mindset and perspective, the world of yourself will shift. This is what truly happens when you heal. These versions are leaving. They saw the light and they left. Thank you for helping me, and they leave and you're free. So this is basically what I've been doing that literally transformed my identity, my mindset, my life. So it is not about literally transforming yourself into Robocop or something. It's about healing, getting rid of your limiting beliefs, becoming who you know you truly are deep down. As I said at the beginning, obviously this doesn't replace actually doing the work, being self-aware, and sometimes therapy, because sometimes what's underneath a certain belief can be so much deeper than you think. It can require to go through the storm, to have this talk, to have certain conversations with certain people, and more importantly, patience. Lots of that. But ultimately, doing this has been miraculously transforming in this journey of mine. I wouldn't have done this, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be the person that I am, becoming, because I am still on the making of becoming the best of the best of the best. What I healed so far is unreal to me. I never thought in my life I would be where I am today, and it is 100% thanks to have visited these versions of me and unlocked them by allowing them to feel, and by reconnecting to my emotions, my memories, to myself. I repeat, Everybody should do that. So I really wanted to share this so you know the magic trick that it takes to truly effectively and quickly transform your mindset, change who you are to who you want to be, or should I say to who you actually are. I truly hope this video was clear, that it helped, that you will try and thank me later. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop it in the comments. And as for me, I will leave you there and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.